Hello, this is day 7 of my 30-day Bikram challenge. So today's Sunday and on my 7th day, and I've made it every single day, which is already an accomplishment in my mind, and I'm feeling really good. And I'm already starting to notice changes definitely in my body and my muscles. I feel stronger. I feel a little bit leaner in the tummy area, which is exciting. Um, Another thing, I am sleeping so well. Oh my gosh, it's like the best sleep that I've had in years. So, um, I didn't know that that was going to be one of the effects, but I'm really excited that it is. And today I have a lot of things that I want to talk to you guys about. I really want to start making these logs informative. So, this particular log will be focused on advice on Bikram newbies because I still am a newbie. I'm certainly not an expert, but just by going every day for a week, I can already offer a lot of suggestions that may be helpful for people who are interested in starting their own Bikram challenge or hot yoga challenge. Um, okay, so here comes the advice. First of all, um, bring 2 towels, not just one, two. Maybe one is really big and it'll cover your yoga mat, but I think a second one is necessary for the excessive amount of sweat that is going to be coming out of your body. Don't underestimate how much you sweat. It's impressive. It's epic. And your one towel will get totally soaked through. So having 2 towels helps if you want to, wipe your face and stuff. That said, um, you really want to keep your face wiping to an absolute minimum because even the sweating is part of the meditation, and you want to stay focused on the postures as much as you possibly can. So most Bikram teachers would suggest that you don't wipe your face at all, but if you're really fidgety like I am, there's sometimes where you just really need to, so having that extra towel might be helpful. Don't underestimate how much water you need. I often go in with like a small bottle of water, and there's been a few times where I have gotten dizzy and nauseous, and my water was completely gone, and I just kind of had to suck it up and keep going through. Um, I'm sure advanced yogis would also say that when you're truly doing a Bikram practice, you don't drink any water at all. But for newbies like me and possibly you, bring a big water, or if it's a small bottle, at least bring 2 of them, so you don't feel sick um, towards the end of class. Another piece of advice is to bring like a headband or maybe like a handkerchief or something to pull your hair completely back so it doesn't like get stuck on your face and in your eyes and stuff. And also to keep, what really irks me is when there's like little strands of hair that gets on the yoga mat and then it gets stuck on your arm, and it's just, I don't know, it's just a peeve of mine. But to avoid that, um, make sure your hair is really tied back well, and then have like a scarf or a headband or something. Don't underestimate the sweat. That's probably my biggest suggestion, is do not underestimate the sweat. And by not underestimating the sweat, it means that you will not be wearing any makeup, ladies or guys. Um, so the other day I saw another girl who was in her first Bikram class. It had to have been her first Bikram class because she came in with a full face of makeup. And in the beginning of class, I was like, I don't know how that's going to go. And throughout the class, progressively, it just started to literally like melt off her face, where to the point where there was mascara and eyeliner just coming all the way down her cheeks. And she was sitting on her mat, and the teacher came over to her and said, "Are you all right?" And she said, "I'm really in a lot of pain." And I'm not laughing at her, but just the situation of wearing makeup at all in Bikram is just not a good idea. Actually, that girl is really inspiring though, because you could tell that that first day was really difficult for her, and she was really struggling, and I wasn't sure if I was going to see her again. But the next day, she was there with no makeup. ready to go, and she's done it, and she's doing the challenge as well. So props to her. But lesson learned: don't wear any makeup to Bikram because it'll end up on your cheeks, your hands, your mat, and everywhere else. So don't underestimate the sweat. Um, Next piece of advice is minimal clothing. Um, Definitely no pants, no pants, no long sleeve shirts. I saw somebody with a long sleeve shirt in class the other day, and I just kind of like tilted my head. What are you doing? It gets, I mean, obviously it gets hot, but I think that underestimating the sweat is one thing you can do, and then underestimating the heat is another thing you can do. You want to keep your body as free and loose as possible, and you want that sweat to just come out and just release, because that's part of the practice, in my opinion, is just the emotional release and the physical release. So I go in there rocking a sports bra and a little pair of booty shorts, and some people have all kinds of cute little Bikram outfits that they wear, but um, yeah, I don't have anything like that. But at the very least, just if you're not comfortable with that, like a very light tank top or very loose clothing, and not very much of it. Another piece of advice would be extra clothes for the end of Bikram afterwards. Um, it's your clothes will be like they came right out of the washing machine, except they don't smell as nice as if they came out of the washing machine. But yeah, you'll be soaked, totally drenched. And there's been a few times where I didn't bring extra clothes, and I was just sitting in the wet, nasty clothes on my drive home, and it was just really unpleasant. So extra underwear, extra shorts, or a hoodie, or just extra clothes in general. It's a good thing to do for after the class. Eat well earlier in the day. That would be my next piece of advice. You don't want to eat too close to the class because you don't want to feel heavy, and it might give you a stomach ache while you're doing the yoga. But I feel like it's really important that you have some good nourishment in your system earlier, maybe 3 hours before the class, or maybe even earlier than that. But um, I went, and this is all trial and error for me, but I went to class um, the other day in the morning for the first time. And I didn't really eat anything. I had like a banana before class, and I was like seeing stars by the end. So I really feel like it's important that there's something substantial in your stomach from earlier in the day just to help you get through. Next piece of advice is to replenish your potassium. So coconut water is the big one. If you can find a deal, buy it in bulk or something, that would be great. I know coconut water can be really expensive, but it's totally worth it because it does such. I mean, when I drink coconut water after Bikram, I can literally feel it going through my body and replenishing me. It just feels so nourishing, and it tastes great, and it's refreshing, and it's just the best. So highly recommend coconut water. If that's not an option, bananas also obviously for potassium, but eat more than one. Eat a few, and drink tons of water. Obviously, don't underestimate the sweat. So drink a lot of water earlier in the day. This is another thing that I've learned through trial and error. I'm not drinking enough water during the day. So what's happening to me is I'm getting really dizzy, like um, 50 minutes into the class. I'll start strong, but then midway through, my energy just drops. And it's like I sweat so much, and then I feel like I'm instantly dehydrated. And oh, I just had a little computer glitch there. Um, so so yeah, drinking a lot of water throughout the day will really benefit your practice. Um, I think that's all for now. And actually, I want to keep these videos less than 10 minutes, so I think I'll end this now. That was my advice for Bikram video. Next time, I want to talk about how Bikram has helped me reduce my anxiety, which it has, and the benefit of 90-minute classes versus 60 minutes, and also start talking about the postures, the first one being the standing deep breathing posture. So, all right, thank you so much for joining me today with my newbie advice, and I'll see you next time. Bye.